Hello everyone, I am your maths teacher Lakhan sir from Science Academy, Dawan. So student, in today's lecture we are going to start our second chapter of mathematics, that is polynomial. So first of all, we should know what is polynomial. So polynomial means what? In an algebraic expression, in an algebraic expression, power of the variable power of the variable is whole number, then that algebraic expression is called polynomial. So polynomial means what? In an algebraic expression, if the power of every variable is a whole number, then that algebraic expression is called the polynomial. For example, 5x plus 3. This is algebraic expression, and when the given algebraic expression becomes a polynomial if this algebraic expression contains only one variable, which is x, and if power of variable is a whole number, then it is a polynomial. So here the power of x is by default 1 and 1 is included in whole number, therefore the given expression is a polynomial. So first of all, tell me what is whole number. Whole numbers are starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinite. That means if power of variable are starts from 0 and including all the positive numbers, then the given expression becomes a polynomial. For example, 3x square plus 5x minus 9. So given expression contains only one variable, which is x, but used at two times, that is in the first term and in the second term. So here the power of x is 2, which is positive, and here power of x by default is 1, which is also positive. So the power of variable is whole number, therefore the given expression is called the polynomial. So this is what polynomial. Now this polynomial is divided into two types. That means polynomials are classified into two types. First, types of polynomial. Polynomials are classified into two types. That is, first one is types of polynomial based on number of terms, and second, types of polynomial based on degree of polynomial. Before that, we have seen some examples for polynomials. So polynomials is nothing but if power of every variable is whole number, then it is a polynomial. So then tell me 1 upon x raised to minus 2 are polynomials or not. So here 1 upon x and x raised to minus 2 are not polynomials because here variable x is present at denominator, and according to the properties of indices, if a raised to or 1 upon a raised to minus m or plus m is nothing but a raised to minus m. म्हणजेच व्हेरिएबलची टर्म जर डिनोमिनेटरला असेल आणि it is goes to the numerator, then its power is changes. That is, here a raised to m. Here power of m is positive. After it is going to the numerator, its power becomes negative. So here 1 upon x as well as x raised to minus 2. So here minus 2 is not belongs to whole number. So 1 upon x, x raised to minus 2 are not the examples of polynomials. So now types of polynomials. So type polynomials are classified into mainly two types, that is based on number of terms and based on degree of polynomial. So based on number of terms, there are three types. Here we have to just counted the number of terms. If number of terms are 1, then it is called. So first of all, based on number of terms, there are three types. First one is monomial. Second one is binomial. And third one is trinomial. Okay, so based on number of terms, there are three types: monomial, binomial, and trinomial. So monomial is nothing but which contains only one terms. For example, contains only one term, that is x, 3x, 5x raised to 3, x raised to 100. So here these are the examples of monomial. Now binomial. Binomial means it contains two terms. It contains only two terms. For example, twice x plus 5, 3x raised to 9 plus 10, x raised to 55 plus 2x raised to 3. So these are the examples of binomial. Just count the number of terms. If number of terms are 2, then it is called binomial. If number of terms are 1, then it is called as a monomial. Then what is trinomial? Trinomial means it contains only three terms. For example, 3x square plus 5x plus 2, 100x raised to 3 plus 200x plus 300. These are the examples of monomial, binomial, and trinomial. Now, mainly we have to see based on degree of terms. So, types of polynomials based on degree. There are three types. First one, based on degree. There are three types. First one, linear polynomial. Second one is quadratic polynomial. And third one is cubic polynomial. So first tell me how to decide the degree of polynomial. So to decide the degree of polynomial, the maximum index or the maximum power of a given expression is called the degree of the polynomial. So first here, let's see degree of polynomial. Degree of polynomial means if the maximum power of polynomial is called the degree of polynomial. For example, 5x raised to 3 plus 2x plus 3. 5x cube plus 2x plus 3 is a polynomial because both the variable contains positive powers, so it is a polynomial. Now, how to decide its degree? To decide the degree, the maximum power or the maximum index of a given polynomial. So here, maximum power is 3. So degree of given polynomial is 3. The maximum power is 3. Here power is 1 and here power is 0. So maximum power or the maximum index is nothing but 3. So the degree of the given polynomial is 3. So based on degree there are three types: linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial and the cubic polynomial. So what is linear polynomial? So linear polynomial means what? A polynomial having maximum degree 1. Maximum degree 1 is called linear polynomial. Then what is quadratic polynomial? Quadratic polynomial means polynomial having maximum degree 2 is called quadratic polynomial. Then what is cubic polynomial? Contains maximum power 3 or maximum degree 3 is called the cubic polynomial. So first of all, see, linear polynomial contains or having degree 1 polynomial having degree 1 is called linear polynomial. For example, 2x plus 5, 3a plus b, 4p plus q. But this is the polynomial in two variable, this is also polynomial in two variable. We have to use in only one variable. So 3a plus 2, 4p plus 9. These are the examples of linear polynomial. So from the example we get a general form of linear polynomial. That means from general form we can form infinite number of examples for linear polynomial. So we get ax plus b is the general form of linear polynomial in one variable. So we get ax plus b where a is not equals to 0, because if a is equals to 0 then the first term gets 0, so we get only constant term, and that means we get the maximum power of given polynomial is 0, and if maximum power is 0 then it is not a linear polynomial where a and b both are belongs to real number. So a is the coefficient of x and b is the constant term for the linear polynomial. So this is the general form for the linear polynomial, that is ax plus b, where a is not equals to 0. Okay, so linear polynomial means a polynomial having degree 1 is called the linear polynomial. Now quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial means a polynomial having degree 2. Polynomial having degree 2 is called the quadratic polynomial. For example, x square plus 2x plus 5. In the given polynomial, x is the variable and its maximum power is 2. So the degree is 2. Therefore, it is known as the quadratic polynomial. X square plus 2x plus 5 is the quadratic polynomial. Let's take another example. 3m square plus 5m plus 3. 3m square plus 5m plus 3. This is the polynomial in terms of m. So polynomial in the form of m, where it contains maximum power 2. So the degree is 2. Therefore, it is known as a quadratic polynomial. So from above two example, we get its general form. So the general form of quadratic polynomial is, here 3, 5 and 3 are the constant terms, that is a x square plus bx plus c is the general form of quadratic polynomial, because the maximum power of variable is 2, and write down the remaining in terms of descending also 2, 1 and 0. Okay, this is the general form of quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, where A is not equals to 0. That means B and C both are equals to 0, but A is not equals to 0, where A, B, C all are belongs to real number. That means A, B, C are the coefficients. Okay. Now third one, cubic polynomial. So cubic polynomial means what? A polynomial having maximum degree 3. Having degree 3 is called the cubic polynomial. For example, x cube plus 5x square plus 3x plus 9. Given a polynomial contains variable x and the maximum power of variable x is 3, therefore it is known as a cubic polynomial. Okay, let's take another example. 5p cube plus 2p square minus 3p minus 5. So this is the example of cubic polynomial because given a polynomial contains the variable p and the maximum power of a given polynomial is 3. That means degree is 3. So the polynomial having degree 3 is called cubic polynomial, and write down its general form from the above examples. Maximum power is 3. So here in the second example, 5, 2, minus 3 and minus 5 are the coefficients. That means they are real numbers. So we get its general form as, so the general form of cubic polynomial is nothing but a x cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is the general form of cubic polynomial. So this is all about types of polynomial. The types of polynomial are classified into two types based on number of terms and based on degree. Based on number of terms, there are three types: monomial, binomial, and trinomial. Monomial means contains one term, binomial means contains two terms, trinomial means contains three terms. And based on degree, there are three types. So degree of polynomial is nothing but the maximum power of a polynomial is the degree of polynomial. So based on degree, there are three types: linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and the cubic polynomial. Linear polynomial means having degree 1 is called the linear polynomial, and the general form of a linear polynomial is ax plus b, where a is not equals to 0. A and b are real numbers. That means they are the coefficient. For quadratic polynomial having degree 2 is called the quadratic polynomial, and the general form of a quadratic polynomial is x square plus bx plus c, where a is not equals to 0. If a becomes 0, then maximum power is 1, so it is not quadratic polynomial. That's why a is not equals to 0, and a, b, c are real numbers. That means they are the coefficients. And third one, cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial means having degree 3, therefore it is known as a cubic polynomial, and its general form is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equals to 0 and a, b, c, d all are belongs to real number. That means they are the coefficients of x. This is all about types of polynomial. Now next point is value of polynomial. How to find the value of polynomial? So the value of polynomial, if p of x is a polynomial and it is replaced by real number, that is k, value of polynomial. If p of x is a polynomial in terms of x, here p of x is nothing but the polynomial in terms of x, and it is replaced by real number k, and it is denoted by p of k, that is value of polynomial is nothing but p of k. For example, find value of polynomial p of x is equals to, p of x is nothing but the given polynomial is in the form of x. That means in the polynomial we are using the variable x. X square minus 3x minus 4 at x equals to minus 1. We have to find the value of polynomial at x equals to minus 1. So the polynomial is p of x is equals to x square minus 3x minus 4. And what is the value of polynomial? If p of x is a polynomial in terms of x and it is x replaced by a real number k. So instead of k, now we are replacing x by minus 1. So the value of k is minus 1. So x equals to minus 1, so we get p of minus 1 is equals to instead of x, put x equals to minus 1. So minus 1 whole square minus 3 into minus 1 minus 4. So after performing the operations, we get 1 plus 3 minus 4. So we get its value as a 0. 1 plus 3, 4, 4 minus 4, 0. So we get value of polynomial p of minus 1 is 0. Now find value of polynomial at x equals to 4. So p of x is equals to x square minus 3x minus 4. Now we have to put x is equals to, so that means value of polynomial for 4. So we get 4 square minus 3 into 4 minus 4. So square of 4 is 16 minus 12 minus 4. So we get 16 minus 16. So we get the value of polynomial as a 0. So here p of minus 1 is equals to 0. P of 4 is equals to 0. That means minus 1 and 4 are the zeros of polynomial. Then what is the meaning of zeros of polynomial? In general, if k is real number, then if k is a, sorry, in general k is a real number and if p of x is replaced by k, that means p of k is equals to 0. That means if the value of polynomial is 0, then k is zeros of polynomial. That means in the last lecture or in previous standard we have seen the value of polynomial as remainder theorem. If remainder of the given expression is 0, then it is called the zeros of the polynomial. So value of polynomial means if value of polynomial is other than 0, then it is not the zeros of the polynomial. But if the value of polynomial is equals to 0, then it is called the zeros of the polynomial. So here in the expression p of x, it is replaced by k, and if its value is 0, then it is said as the zeros of the polynomial. So here for x equals to minus 1 and x equals to 4, the value of both the polynomial is 0. Therefore, minus 1 and minus 1 and 4 are the zeros of the given polynomial. So, zeros of the polynomial is nothing but if p of x is equals to 0. If x is equals to k, then it is called the zeros of the polynomial. Now, in the next point, we are going to see geometrical representations of the polynomial, that is linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and as well as cubic polynomial. The next point is geometrical meaning of zeros of the polynomial. We have already discussed what is zeros of the polynomial. A real number k is 0 of the polynomial p of x if p of k is equals to 0. That means if the value of polynomial is 0, then k is the 0 of the polynomial. Now we have to see geometrical meaning of the zeros of the polynomial. So for there are three types, that is linear polynomial. First we will see that for linear polynomial, everyone knows that the graph of linear polynomial is always straight line like this. The graph of linear polynomial is always straight line. That means for linear polynomial has at most one zero. Why at most one zero? Because it intersects the x-axis at only one point. So the zeros for the linear polynomial is 1. That is a linear polynomial ax plus b, where a is not equals to 0, has only one 0 as it intersects the x-axis only one time. So the zeros of the polynomial for linear polynomial is only 1 because it intersects the x-axis at only one point. If the graph of polynomial intersects the x-axis, that means the given polynomial is a linear polynomial because it intersects the x-axis at only one point. So a linear polynomial x plus b, a is not equals to 0, has only one 0 as it is intersects the x-axis at only one point. So zeros of the polynomial where x coordinate of the point where it intersects the x-axis. So the graph of linear polynomial intersects the x-axis at only one point. Therefore, zeros for the linear polynomial is at most 1. So, for the linear polynomial, zeros are at most 1. Means the maximum zeros किती असणार linear polynomial साठी, that is only 1. Now, for quadratic polynomial, the graph of quadratic polynomial is like open upward like u and open downward like, and this shape is known as parabolic shape. This shape is known as parabolic shape. That means the graph of a quadratic polynomial is in the parabolic shape. So there are, for the quadratic polynomial there are three cases. First one is the graph of quadratic polynomial intersects the x-axis at 2 points. This one is the first case. Second one, it intersects the x-axis at only one point, that is two coincident points. Intersect the x-axis at only one point, that means two coincident points, or it is like, and the third case is it is exactly above the x-axis or exactly below the x-axis. So these are the three cases for the quadratic polynomial where the graph of quadratic polynomials is in the shape of parabolic. In the first case, it intersects the x-axis at only 2 points like this, or in the second case it intersects the x-axis at only one point, that is two coincident points, that means. And in the third case it intersects the x exactly above the x-axis or exactly below the x-axis. These are the three graphs for the quadratic polynomials. That means for the quadratic polynomial, at most two zeros are for quadratic polynomial. That means two distinct zeros are there, or two equal zeros are there, or no zeros. That means for quadratic polynomial, at most two zeros are there. Understand it? For quadratic polynomial, there are three cases like this. This parabolic shape intersects the x-axis at 2 points like this. In the second case, it intersects the x-axis at only point. That means two equal zeros. That means those 2 points are coincident. And in the third case, this parabolic shape intersects exactly above the x-axis or intersect exactly below the x-axis. That means there is no zeros. So from above we conclude that for quadratic polynomial there are at most two zeros are there. For linear polynomial at most one zeros are there. For quadratic polynomial at most two zeros are there. That means this is fact for all the polynomial having polynomial p of x having degree n. So the zeros for the given polynomial are n. That is the degree of the polynomial itself. Zeros of the polynomial is the degree of the polynomial. It's at most n zeros are there for the polynomial p of x having degree n. That means for linear polynomial maximum zeros are 1, that at most 1 zeros. For quadratic polynomial at most two zeros are there, and for cubic polynomial also at most three zeros are there. This is all about quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomials, graph of quadratic polynomials is in the shape of parabolic. And for quadratic polynomial there are three types or three cases: first one, second one, third one. And from our three graphs we conclude that there are at most three zeros for the quadratic polynomial. That means two distinct zeros, two equal zeros, that is 1 0 and no zero. In this case two zeros are there. Why? Because this parabolic shape intersects the x-axis at 2 points, so two zeros are there. In the second case, this parabolic shape intersects the x-axis at only one point, that is two equal zeros are there. Two equal zeros, that means it considered as only one, so one zeros are there. And for the third case, this parabolic shape exactly above the x-axis or exactly below the x-axis, that means no zeros for the polynomial. So on according to condition we have to decide 1 0 2 0 or no zeros are there. Okay, and for the cubic polynomial, third one is cubic polynomial. For cubic polynomial at most three zeros are there. Zeros of the polynomial where x coordinates of the point intersect the x-axis. So the graph of cubic polynomial intersects the x-axis at 3 points. That means 1, 2 and 3. So the graph of cubic polynomial intersect the x-axis at 3 points. So the maximum or at most three zeros for the cubic polynomial. That so from above three polynomial we get a polynomial p of x having degree n has at most n zeros are there. That means If the degree of polynomial is 2, then at most 2 zeros are there. If degree of polynomial is 4, then at most 4 zeros are there. So from above 3, we get finally a polynomial p of x having degree n has at most n zeros are there. Maximum n zeros are there for the given polynomial. So this is the geometrical meaning of zeros of the polynomial. And from this point, we have to see first exercise, that is 2.1, which is very simple. Just we have to say how many zeros are there for the given graphical polynomial. So let's start practice set 2.1. Practice set 2.1, which is based on zeros of the polynomial. So in practice set 2.1, there are some graphs are given and we have to find the number of zeros for each case. So the question number first is the graph y is equals to p of x are given in figure for some polynomials p of x. Find the number of zeros of p of x in each case. There are 6 graphs and in each case we have to just find the number of zeros for the polynomial, that is y is equals to p of x. So for the first graph, the line intersects the y-axis. That means it does not intersect the x-axis. If a line is not intersecting the x-axis, that means it has no zeros for the polynomials. So for the first case, it has no zeros for polynomial because it does not intersect the x-axis. So it has no zeros for the polynomials. Now, in the second graph, the graph intersects the x-axis at only one point. If graph intersects the x-axis at only one point, that means it has only one zeros. Number of zeros are 1. Number of zeros are 1 as it intersects the x-axis at only one point. From graph, we conclude or we says that the polynomial is a linear because it intersects the x-axis at only one point. Because for linear polynomial, at most 1 zeros are there. For quadratic polynomial, at most 2 zeros are there. But for quadratic polynomial, there are 3 cases. First case is the graph of quadratic polynomial is parabolic, so it intersects the x-axis at 2 points. In the second case, it intersects the x-axis at only one point, but at the coincident point, that is 2 equal zeros are there. And if graph of quadratic polynomial intersect the x-axis at 2 different points, that means 2 distinct zeros are there. And if graph of polynomial is above the x-axis or below the x-axis, that means it has no zeros. Like in the first case, the graph is exactly above the x-axis, so there is no zeros for the polynomial. And for the second case, the graph intersects the x-axis at only one point, so number of zeros are 1 as it is intersect the x-axis at only one point. And for third case, the graph intersects the x-axis at 3 points, first, second and 3. That means the graph is for cubic polynomial. Why? For the cubic polynomial, at most 3 zeros are there. For cubic polynomial, at most 3 zeros are there. So number of zeros are 3 as intersects the x-axis at 3 points. And remaining 3 graphs are for homework. We have to solve it and says how many zeros are there for the given graph. So as we are completing the practice set 2.1 and the zeros of the polynomial, which is very important point. This point is very much important for the next point. So thoroughly read the point and solve all these problems which are based on zeros of the polynomial. First, understand what is polynomial, then types of polynomial, and again, which is very important, the value of polynomial. If the value of polynomial is zero, then it is called the zeros of the polynomial. And how to find the number of zeros for the given polynomial from the graph. Again, repeat, for linear polynomial, at most one zeros are there. For quadratic polynomial, at most two zeros are there. But there are three cases: two distinct zeros, two equal zeros. That means one zero and no zero. And for cubic polynomial, at most three zeros are there. Zeros are there. That means for every polynomial p of x having degree n, so n is the at most zeros for the given polynomial. Last one, which is very important, stay home, stay safe, and keep practicing. Thank you.